From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Sports writer turned professional troll Ram Guha seeks a bigger audience by putting out banalities, which truly reflect his absolute lack of intellectual depth on a daily basis. He's falling further every day. By doing this, he seeks relevance. That's all right. But the frightening part of such an unwise professional choice of being a troll is that he ends up with a communal rant against the Gujarati community. He says that Gujaratis are culturally backward and Bengalis are economically backward. Later, when caught red-handed, he says, I'm only quoting someone. Well, why did you have to? Ram Guha, by quoting such garbage, has reached arguably the lowest point of his trolling career. He tried doing a U-turn, but that's not the point. The point is this, that abusing Gujaratis, denigrating Gujarat, targeting Gujarat has become a pastime for Congi trolls and their YouTube warriors. Now, this is absurd in itself because Amit Shah and Narendra Modi are from Gujarat, and because you can't beat Narendra Modi and Amit Shah politically, you target the state they come from to satisfy your defeatist and defeated political urge? Horrendous. Tonight I will prove that Gujarat is a target. That Gujarat has been a target for the lobby since 2014. And I shall ask you to think and decide for yourself. How fair is it to constantly attack a state because the Prime Minister is from there? You constantly attack Gujarat because Prime Minister Narendra Modi spent almost 3 terms as the Chief Minister there before being democratically elected to lead this country. How fair is that? Ladies and gentlemen, how ethical is that? And why do those people who preach the most remain quiet on issues such as this? My first debate requests your participation, ladies and gentlemen. The lobby has gone on a rant against Gujarat. We won't rant against them, but we are going to really dissect and expose them tonight. And on debate number 2 tonight, the top court has intervened in Palghar. Viewers, this has been a 45-day fight for the Republic Media Network. We've been interrogated for 27 hours in all, and the top court is now intervening. Thank God for that. And at 10:30 p.m. tonight, horrendous stories of the unending apathy from Delhi to Mumbai. Why is the situation so bad in 2 of India's biggest metros? All this and more is coming up, and here are the headlines this Thursday evening on The Debate Tonight. Blinded by anti-Modi hate, the lobby officially targets Gujarat and Gujarati culture. Congi troll Ramachandra Guha's attempt to pit one Indian against another backfires. 56 days after the Palghar lynchings, Supreme Court intervenes, seeks response from Sonia Sena government.
विश्वास हुआ है कि अब संतों को न्याय मिल पाएगा, नहीं तो महाराष्ट्र सरकार से मुझको उम्मीद नहीं था कि संतों को न्याय मिलता.
Demand for CBI investigation becomes the focus as seers lead a campaign for justice. Spooked by defection fear in 2 states ahead of the Rajya Sabha elections, the Vadra Congress, to stop the defection, herds its MLAs in resorts. And frontline warriors in the capital forced to beg for salaries Doctors petition Amit Shah seeking urgent help. Ladies and gentlemen, the lobby that preached on racism in America has now launched a divisive and spiteful campaign against the people of Gujarat and Gujarati culture. Their hatred for Narendra Modi and Amit Shah has blinded them to such an extent that they are now down to denigrating an entire state, people from a state and an entire community. Here is why their motivated agenda has failed once again.
अरे कब तक नाचोगे बारात में? कुछ दिन तो नाचो गुजरात में।
The Navratri celebrations,
नवरात बिना गुजरात कैसा?
the scenic beauty and heritage of Kutch,
कच्छ का ये रण हिंदुस्तान का तोरण है।
the serene Sabarmati Ashram, the kite flying festival. These are just a few examples that epitomize the culture of Gujarat. But the motivated lobby that has been blinded by hate against Narendra Modi and Amit Shah have launched a vicious attack against the state of Gujarat and its people. Ramachandra Guha, who calls himself a historian of modern India and a biographer of Gandhi, quoted the founder of Communist Party in India, Philip Spratt, and tweeted, Gujarat, though economically advanced, is a culturally backward province. Bengal, in contrast, is economically backward but culturally advanced. By labeling Gujarat as culturally backward, not only did he insult the people of the state, but also attempted to pit the people of one state against another. It's the same lobby that has in the last 3 months intensified its campaign against Gujarat. They've peddled a selective narrative, and we've seen the instances. Prominent citizens of Gujarat have lashed out against the communal rant.
The thing is that today, when the whole world is talking about racism and how we should not go for racism, America, England, Australia, every country is talking how this racist thing where you club a whole community into some categories and have stereotypes, that is going out of the world. So I'm very surprised that a person of the eminence of Ramachandra Guha, that also quotes a Britisher who became an Indian or whatever, but a Britisher in 1939.
The state that contributes to almost 7% of India's GDP has found itself under attack repeatedly.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी का मॉडल 45,000 एकड़ एक उद्योगपति को, 33,000 करोड़ रुपए टाटा नैनो प्रोजेक्ट, इनके 10-15 मित्र हैं और सबका सब ये इनके लिए करते हैं.
And the motivated lobby has taken it a step further by turning a blind eye to the historical facts, attacking an entire community in a bid to fuel hate. Let's debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome Dr. Sambit Patra, Ajay Alok, Rami Desai, Professor P.K. Basu, Murlitaran, Nishant, Tanveer, Professor Rao, and Saira Shahalim on this debate. Firstly, it's good to see you back on television after, fighting, battling, and defeating COVID. Sambit, welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Now, did the lobby take on Ram Guha, who described Gujarat as culturally backward? Just verifying for those who may be following the lobby on social media. Rami, did they do that? Did they go all out and expose Ram Guha for his communal rant against Gujarat today? Or did they remain like ostriches with their heads buried deep in the sand?
No, Arnab, absolutely. I think Ramachandra Guha's tweet is absolutely despicable. I mean, it is patronizing to Gujaratis, it is patronizing to us as a community. And I am not just a Gujarati, I am an Indian, and I have never seen such sort of divisive, trolling of a community and of a state by this lobby. And Ramchandra Guha, Arnab, I'm sorry to say, is not a historian.
No,
I mean, at the most, he is a sports commentator who has turned into a historian. And, that is why he finds such insignificant people to quote like Spratt. I mean, who is Spratt? Why should we take him seriously? Why should Ramchandra Guha be quoting him? Spratt is the same man, and I'll tell you why he is doing this. Because Spratt is the same man who asked for the valley to be given, the Kashmir Valley to be given independence. And Ramchandra Guha is also the same person who called Burhan Wani a leader and not a terrorist. So obviously he finds a lot of common ground with people like this. And like he said, I find him arresting. What does arresting mean? Arresting means that he finds this man and what he's written attractive. And again, that comes from his basic, core of being an elitist and having not recovered from this colonial hangover that he and people like him and this entire left-wing cabal has suffered from. Just because a white man says that Gujarat does not have any culture, Ramchandra Guha and people like him repeat that. I mean, clearly Mr. Spratt nor Mr. Guha
on issues such as this,
studied Gujarat, have studied its culture.
Yeah. On issues such as this, I have absolutely no hesitation in saying, Professor P.K. Basu, if you can be so kind to come on the debate with Saira Shahalim, that silence is complicity. That here was a real opportunity. Here, let me complete my point, please. Here was, and I completely agree with you. Ram Guha has no credentials. He is not a historian. He's a sports commentator with pretenses. But today he has achieved the distinction of being a full-time professional troll. The question, in fact, there's no difference between his intellectual depth and that of, unfortunately or fortunately, and don't take it otherwise, Nishant Verma, for example, who's on the program. In fact, Nishant may rise higher than Ram Guha on most occasions. My question is, this is a dog whistle for hate against Gujaratis. And my question is also, Professor P.K. Basu, what is Gujarat's crime? That Gujarat's crime is today that Narendra Modi is from Gujarat. Gujarat's crime is that before Narendra Modi became Prime Minister of India, the Gujarat model of development was well known. What is Gujarat's crime? That Amit Shah is from Gujarat. That they remain rooted in Gujarat while leading the country. So I think, this blatant anti-Gujarat, constant commentary that's coming on from the lobby, abuses on Gujarat, abuses on Gujarati people, denigrating Gujarat, putting out fake news against Gujaratis and Gujarat. This has gone on for too long, and that's why I'm doing this program. Do you feel there's a pattern, Professor Basu? You may make your point, and then we'll have Nishant or anyone respond to you. Yes, please.
Well, there is definitely a pattern to this. Abuse of Gujarat, completely unnecessary quotation from Philip Spratt, who was sent to India by the Communist Party of Great Britain and Communist International, or the Comintern in the 1920s, to sow chaos in India. And why should we be quoting someone like Philip Spratt? It makes absolutely no sense. The good thing about Spratt is that by the mid-1950s, he had seen sense and he had become an advocate of capitalism. But in 1939, from 1921 to 1939, he was basically the Communist International's representative in India. Why should we be quoting him today? I mean, it makes absolutely no sense, except in pursuit of some sort of anti-Gujarati agenda.
No, there is an anti-Gujarati agenda, Professor Basu. You see, it's not an academic agenda. There is an anti-Gujarati agenda, and I'd like to point out to you that any Indian citizen should loudly protest against it. Let me explain. It's not a coincidence. From the time Narendra Modi became Prime Minister 2014, it's not a coincidence, Ram Guha has been tweeting against what he calls the Gujarat model. January 20th, 2017, the Gujarat model of perversion and subversion of justice. January 20th, 2018, the Gujarat model of artistic freedom. February 15, 2018, Gujarat model undermines diplomacy. So, you know, there is a constant attack on the Gujarat model, on Gujaratis, on the people of Gujarat, and on the state of Gujarat. It's only people of Nishant Verma's temperament, Sambit Patra, who like to be abused. He's a Gujarati who likes to abuse Gujarat as well. So he obviously will endorse another person abusing Gujaratis. But I'd like to give him his turn before I bring you into the debate, Sambit. Yes, Nishant, why? Why do you loathe Gujarat? Why does the lobby loathe Gujarat? Why does it smear Gujarat with lies? What is Gujarat's fault? The Prime Minister of India is from Gujarat.
Thank you.
That should be a matter of pride for the people of Gujarat. Why is it something that makes you feel frustrated? Is the problem with Gujarat that leaders from Gujarat have shaken the foundations of the Lutyens' Delhi cabal? Why are Gujaratis being insulted every day? Why is the state of Gujarat being provoked and abused every day? Is it because the lobby does not see the country as a united whole? We know you want to break the country, but why do you incite hate against Gujarat? Nishant versus Sambit Patra, please. Nishant.
If I can get time, as much as what you spoke as a question, thank you. I have lived in Gujarat for 30 years. I don't know if anyone on the panel has lived in Gujarat for that long. Anyways, that's not the point here. The point is, I know Gujarat pretty well, and I give a damn to this Philip Spratt or Philip Kotler.
Do you give a damn to Ram Guha as well?
I give a damn because 1939.
Do you give a damn to Ram Guha as well? To the Congi trolls as well?
You see,
gather some courage. Take them on.
उस पे आ जाऊंगा. आप अलाउ तो करिए. आपने 3 मिनट का सवाल पूछा और 10 सेकंड में आप आ गए. थोड़ा सा चैन रखिए. साहब सुनने दीजिए. लोगों को सुनने दीजिए. सर मैं आपको एक बात बताता हूँ, गुजरात उतना ही सुंदर और कल्चरली ब्यूटीफुल है जितना मेरा पूरा भारत है. तो मुझे किसी का भी सर्टिफिकेट गुजरात के लिए या इंडिया के लिए नहीं चाहिए.
Why abuse Gujarat? Why target Gujarat? What is Gujarat's fault?
में फिर आ गया.
What is Gujarat's fault? No, because you're not answering my question. Is it Gujarat's fault that it is the state from where Narendra Modi and Amit Shah come? Why do you run down an entire state that is an equal part of the country? Gujarat has become a focus of armchair activists, ignorant fake intellectuals and pseudos who have been shafted to the periphery by the real India.
Let me be very clear.
Why do you abuse and attack Gujarat?
Can I answer?
No, you are not answering. You can answer, but you are being unable to answer.
Can I answer?
You can, but you can't.
Stop. It's so sad for me to ask an anchor to stop.
No, you can, but you are being unable to.
Thing is, Gujarat is
in fact, if you look at yourself right now, you don't know what to say.
You don't decide.
Isn't it vile?
You should not decide. You are no
Isn't it vile that one state is being mocked, abused, ridiculed, all because the Prime Minister and Home Minister belong to the state?
Men that you name. Gujarat is not known.
Shame on you, Nishant. Shame on you sitting in Gujarat supporting the abuse of your own state.
Because Gujarat is known. Shame on you, Arnab. Gujarat is known because of Mahatma Gandhi. Gujarat is known because of Sardar Patel. Gujarat is known because of Gujaratis' mehnat since hundreds of years and their business attitude and business class. Not because of Mr. Modi. You can't hear because you don't want to hear. You have shut down my fader. That's the reason. That's the reason you can't hear me. Put up my fader. सुनने की क्षमता रखिए. Gujarat is not known because of Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah. It is known because of Mr. Mahatma Gandhi, Rashtrapita, and people like Sardar Patel and so on, including Gulzari Lal Nanda. It is known because of people of Gujarat who for hundreds of years are known as business class in the globe. So it's not dependent on one Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah to be known as Gujarati number one. It was 2012
then
when
why
Mr. Modi started bragging about Gujarati.
Congi troll Ram Guha gets your support.
That was the only way that he could list. That was the, I have not yet, have I. You asked a 3-minute question, you don't give me 1 minute. I am not defending anyone. I'm saying he simply put a tweet which is a quote. The only problem is that the right wing goes behind him, and I am saying this bluntly, the right wing goes behind him because just 2 days ago, he wrote a wonderful article and opinion against Mr. Modi about the 3 traits of Mr. Modi, which has brought this country down. So you don't have a problem with those traits which have brought India down, but you have a problem with a man who you call whatnot. But let me assure you, Mr. Arnab Goswami, such kind of quotes of 1939 may matter to the Emperor of England, not to India.
Who put out the
my
quote?
Gujarat, my
Who
Bengal,
put out
and
the
my
quote?
entire
Sambit
country.
Patra or Ram
And you
Guha?
forget.
Who
And you
put out
forget.
the quote?
You
Sambit
forget
Patra or Ram
that
Guha?
he himself has written.
Sambit is on the debate right now.
In the quote it is mentioned.
In the quote it is mentioned. You have not answered. I ask you again. What is the debate?
So where is the
what is
problem?
Gujarat's fault?
Where is the problem?
Let me explain this to you with one more elaboration. Certain Lutyens writers say COVID-19, the unmaking of the Gujarat model.
Who are the Lutyens writers?
The particular individual is a 2% TRP
I don't
anchor
like it, you know.
on an inconsequential channel.
I don't like it from you. You are such a senior person as a journalist in India.
Unmaking
I don't
of
like
the Gujarat model.
Lutyens.
Going on to say
propagandist?
the much hyped Gujarat
Arnab,
model is in a mess as the coronavirus pandemic progresses. Then certain pseudos like Harsh Mandar say, in model Gujarat, a family is given a body, but after they cremate it, they are told that the relative is alive and the body is of someone else. Why would you say things like this? You see their problem, Nishant, their problem is with Gujarat. Harsh Mandar has a problem with Gujarat. Why would you say that in model Gujarat, a family is given a body, but after they cremate it, they are told that the relative is alive and the body is of someone else? Now, why would someone make it sound like Gujarat is a problem? How is Gujarat the problem? I truly want to understand this. There are some people who say, is this untouchability and bigotry? Kavita Krishnan writes, and I'll continue to give the list of a lot of people. Viewers, if I give all the examples, you'll understand. Deep in their heart, they have a hatred for Gujarat. And that is what I'm trying to understand today. So Tanveer, you are welcome to the debate. Kavita Krishnan writes, is this untouchability and bigotry what India's COVID-19 response will be notorious for in your Gujarat model? Your Gujarat model, Narendra Modi. I want to ask you, Sambit and Tanveer, which other state in India is berated in this way? Which other, name me one other state, and I'm willing to take the debate forward. One other state which is berated, abused, attacked and targeted like Gujarat is in such a systematic manner. Sambit versus Tanveer, please. Let's go straight on to the debate.
Allow me a few seconds. Let me just open it up and then you can take it forward. Mr. Goswami, thank you for welcoming me back. And as far as Ram Guha is concerned, I would call him Mr. DD, that is Darbari Distorian. Darbari Distorian. I don't know about Philip Spratt, 1939, because as far as my GK is concerned, general knowledge concerned, it was 1st May 1960 that the state of Gujarat was formed. So I doubt even that it was Mr. Philip Spratt. I believe it is Guha Spratt. Guha has spratted in his own. This is Guha Spratt, Darbari Distorian Spratt. And let me tell you, as far as Narendra Modi, Amit Shah, Gujarat is concerned, it's not just Mr. Guha. I mean, the Darbari Guha's Queen Victoria, whose Darbar he sits in. For the first time, Rahul Gandhi said, all the Modis are chor. Sare Modi chor hai duniya ke. Remember, there's a case going on against Mr. Rahul Gandhi. There's a case going on, a defamation. Yes, it's a shame, matter of shame. He called such was the disdain of the Gandhi family for Mr. Modi that he called all Modis are chor, and there is a case going on, a defamation suit against Mr. Rahul Gandhi, number one. Such is the disdain that Mr. Akhilesh Yadav of Samajwadi Party even went ahead. In fact, in your opening report, we had Amitabh Bachchan as one of the brand ambassadors of Gujarat, and we had Akhilesh Yadav saying Gujarat ke do gadhe. Remember whom he meant when he said Gujarat ke do gadhe. And now we have Mr. Ram Guha there, Darbari, peddling such kind of disdain for Gujarat, such kind of unpleasantries for Gujarat. I mean, Ram Guha, if you watch this Game of Thorns, I would call him as a White Walker. It does not make any sense what this White Walker says about Gujarat. Gujarat is something which is beautiful. Gujarat is something which is an experience which is unforgettable. And I would tell you, as far as Gujarat is concerned, Sabarmati ke sant tune kar diya kamal. The so-called family of Queen Victoria, for whom there is an FIR against Mr. Arnab Goswami because he called Queen Victoria by the real name, the family has stolen the name of a Gujarati saint, the great Gujarati saint Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, to stay in relevance in India. And just imagine, Mr. Guha, Mr. Ramchandra Guha is both economically advanced as well as career-wise advanced because of this family. The family which stole the name of Mahatma Gandhi to stay in relevance. And they have the audacity of talking about Gujarat. As far as Ram Guha is concerned, he knows no culture, sir. The only culture he understands is the culture of Italy, nothing else. We should not refer to him as a historian. We should refer to him as a Lutyens historian.
अरे पात्रा साहब फिर झूठ बोलना शुरू कर दिया।
अरे आप क्यों परेशान हो रहे हैं? आप तो गुजरात को रेस्पेक्ट करते थे।
गांधी तो गांधी जी ने अवार्ड किया था।
आपको इतना परेशानी क्या हो गया? मैंने तो आपके बारे में कुछ नहीं कहा।
सरनेम अवार्ड किया। आप stolen कैसे बोलते हैं? चोर तो मोदी जी हैं जो घर से जेवर लेके चोरी करके भागते हैं। और आप बड़ा परेशान होते हो। आपको तो वेलकम बैक करते हैं भैया, कोरोना तो हुआ नहीं था।
Gujaratis across the world would see the hatred of Mr. Gujaratis.
कोई नहीं गुजरातियों को हेट करता, उल्टा टांग दूंगा मैं, उल्टा टांग दूंगा झूठ बोला तो। कोई गुजरातियों को नहीं हेट करता है। हम सब पूरा इंडिया एक जैसा प्यार करते हैं। और किसको बताता है कि उल्टा गुजराती को कैसे बोलता है गुजराती?
Who is this butcher? Who is this butcher who says that उल्टा टांग देगा?
कैसे बोला बदतमीज?
तुम उल्टा टांग दोगे? Don't call these loud mouth gundas into debate, Mr. Goswami. Mr. Gunda, get out of this debate.
कौन होगा बोलने वाला?
गुंडा, डिबेट छोड़ के जाओ। क्या उल्टा टांग दोगे? क्या उल्टा टांग दोगे?
आगे से कभी किसी को
उल्टा टांग दोगे।
कभी किसी को उल्टा मत बोलो। क्या ग्राउंड है? क्या तेरे पास एविडेंस है कि हम गुजराती को हेट करते हैं? गुजराती हमारे भाई, पूरा इंडिया हमारा भाई है। तेरे से ज्यादा मैं बता रहा हूँ तो झूठ बोलना बंद कर। मैं सीधा बता रहा हूँ, उल्टा टांग दूंगा, पंखे से गोल घुमाऊंगा, बता रहा हूँ मैं। पंखे में उल्टा टांग के गोल घुमाऊंगा। तमीज में रहना सीख ले। एक तो इलेक्शन, एक तो
Mr. Goswami,
बेकार में
Mr. Goswami,
we
cannot have such kind of
No, he's exposing himself. Nishant, you have a poor temperament and you know it. You have a poor temperament and you know it. But what is astonishing is the way in which you're conducting yourself in the course of the program. It is absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable, Nishant. This is not the language expected of any civilized person. It's horrifying, it's horrendous.
Did you stop him?
He's only asked you why you hate Gujarat and Gujaratis. Why is the lobby targeting Gujarat? Which is an extremely legitimate question. Submit. Nishant, calm down.
Please put his fader down. I need to respond to this. Mr. Goswami, with all due respect, my respect for your channel and personally my respect for you is quite high. You have taken even FIRs against your name for standing for the truth. But here on your channel is a man who threatens me with my life, saying that aapko ulta tang dunga aur pankhe mein chalaunga. This kind of man should not be given a platform on one of the most reputed channels in the country. He should be driven out.
You need to cool it.
This man
I
should be
request you
driven
to
out.
calm down till I get Tanveer on the debate. Nishant, you need to get a grip on yourself. You need to get a grip on yourself. You need to regret what you've done. You need to be ashamed of the language that you have used. Nishant, you are there. But when you calm down, I'll get you back on the debate. But this conduct is absolutely despicable. I mean, I would expect you to behave a little better than that. Tanveer, the question is this. I believe that there is an agenda to ignite anger and hatred against Gujarat. You see, Jignesh Mewani says, BJP Gujarat model. Force migrant workers of Surat to come out of the streets, segregate even in hospital wards into Hindu-Muslim. Now you are aware that this fake news story published about the segregation of Hindus and Muslims in an Ahmedabad government hospital was a lie. But everybody from Jignesh Mewani
to Priyanka Vadra was happily retweeting it. And this is not the only time. People in Gujarat, I am asking you, has there not been a repeated attempt to abuse and target you? Because Narendra Modi is from your state. Vadra Congress leaders, Tanveer, I present before you another fact. Like Manishankar Iyer during the COVID crisis on 24th May were writing, quote, Gujarat model of failure. How is it Gujarat model of failure? Are all Gujaratis failures? Is failure a Gujarati attribute? Has Gujarat failed the country? Would you say that of Maharashtra or Bengal or any other state? Why is there a tendency to attack Gujarat in a very cruel way? And I use the word cruel. PK Basu, the only word is cruelty. Rami Desai is also. You target Gujarat in a cruel way repeatedly.
Can I speak, Arnab?
And I'm giving you examples. I'm giving you examples.
Can I speak, please?
I think the people of Gujarat are very generous and forgiving.
Okay, fine.
You know, to have taken this so far on the chin.
Arnab.
Yes, Tanveer.
Arnab.
No, otherwise tell me one thing. Otherwise tell me one thing. Otherwise tell me one thing. I quote to you another member of the lobby, Sumant Raman. You know, now Sumant Raman, he's also part of the Congress-leaning lobby. Muralidharan, you know him. He's from Chennai. He tweets, daily cases reported in Gujarat from 20th May till 24th, so-and-so, full stop, Gujarat model rocks. With a smiley. I can't believe it. You are saying there are a lot of COVID cases in Gujarat and you are going and sarcastically and sadistically tweeting with an emoji. No, Muralidharan, what is going on? Have these people lost their minds?
Can I answer, please?
Yes, please.
No, not at all, Arnab. I think
Arnab,
it's the Modi
before
hate,
Mr. Muralidharan comes, let us really, one second, Mr. Muralidharan. One second, sir. It is a question. It's a lengthy question. Let me answer, Mr. Muralidharan. 1 second, sir.
Election after election, if Modi keeps winning.
Mr. Muralidharan, you can really hold on to your views a little later.
This is what is happening. Whether it's take the Latvians, Anand Ranganathan made a comment about Mr. Guha. What he said is,
you had given me such a lengthy question and you are asking Mr. Muralidharan to come.
Okay. You are sailing
no, either of you can speak. He's speaking, you can respond to him.
Mr. Muralidharan, 1 second, sir. Hold on to your views for some seconds, please.
What is it, sir?
1 second, Mr. Muralidharan. Arnab, firstly, there is no competition between Gujaratis and Bengalis.
There's not. No, you don't even go there. Absolutely, there isn't. No, I am asking you, why do members of the lobby take sadistic pride on Gujaratis getting COVID? Answer my question. When Gujaratis get COVID,
Arnab, 1 second,
people in Gujarat get COVID, when numbers rise there, why are some people almost thrilled about it? Which state?
The frustration.
Okay, Arnab, fine. Yeah. Firstly, Gujarat is absolutely a great cultural place and which has produced some great businessmen. The likes of Ambanis, Adanis, they have really contributed immensely to the country. But whereas when we are speaking about Bengal, we all know that Bengalis do have a special culture. They dance, their singing, their music, Rabindranath Tagore, and absolutely, again, a great culture. But here, if at all you are equating all Gujaratis to Mr. Narendra Modi and Amit Shah, then we are really doing a great mistake and dishonor to Gujaratis. Because more than 70% of Gujaratis have not voted for Mr. Narendra Modi. They have absolutely gone against Narendra Modi and they don't believe in Narendra Modi's Gujarat. Gujarat, what I and you believe is Gujarat of Mahatma Gandhi.
Modi was
Gujarat of Sardar
Patel. It is
the
UPA which pulled him out and
we don't believe in Gujarat of Narendra Modi and Narendra Modi is not a owner of Gujarat.
So what happened? Because he was,
you could not remove him from
and
Gujarat.
Absolutely, Narendra Modi is the one who has
attacking him so much, fighting false cases, trying to imprison him. All that made him a hero. Today he's the Prime Minister of India, UPA. And people like you, this is what you have achieved. Now you are disgruntled, you're not able to shake this man. You peddle lies. Why can't you compare yourself with the states like, Karnataka.
Really go on
Look
your
at Karnataka.
Darbari
But you
praising
don't want to
Narendra
talk about
Modi, you being a
Karnataka.
Darbari
You would
of
like
Narendra
to
Modi, I
compare with
absolutely have
Kerala,
no problem.
which is
Being a
again communist state.
being a
See,
Darbari
I can
journalist
also
of
deem in
Narendra Modi, you can really
Bengal,
do that,
saying
sir.
it's a communist
You
state.
are
It's
entitled
almost
to be a Darbari
intellectual.
of
Half of them
Mr.
are communists,
Narendra
half of them are
Modi, but we are the one
Naxals.
who's
And I
going to
can deem in them. But that's not the point. The point is, as India, each state is unique, each state has its value. That's what we need to respect. United India. Don't behave like Latvians. Don't behave like these communists. Don't behave like these Dravidians in Tamil Nadu who want to always shame
you are
Tamil
more
Nadu.
communal,
And
sir. You are absolutely communal.
Kerala.
You can't really
That's because
see
of the
a state of
that
Bengal
they are
being
not
praised
able to
for
fight
their
Modi
cultural
and his
identity.
ideology.
Bengal
The moment
is
you cannot
absolutely
fight
have
an
a great
ideology,
cultural
you will
identity,
start
their
attacking
music,
the
their
person.
food,
This is exactly what
their
Mr.
language,
Ramaswamy
their
and the
culture,
Goa
their writing
All
is
these guys
absolutely
are
very rich.
intellectually
So is
bankrupt.
Gujaratis.
So they are well-read
Your
intellectuals.
problem is
Be right-wing,
that
PhD
you need to
right-wing
report
and
to Narendra
nationalist.
Modi and
We are
Amit Shah.
little,
You are not
laid back.
reporting
We are not
about
that well-read.
Gujaratis
But we
and
fight
their
things
great
with our
culture.
heart. These people try to use their head when it's completely bankrupt. This is what these guys are doing. They keep attacking, Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah, who don't even care about these guys. It's so unfortunate. But you have this great weapon called Twitter, social media, Facebook. All day it's entertainment.
When the economy
You guys
fails,
have
we need
to
to ask
about
Mr.
this
Narendra
person.
Modi. When Corona really takes over this country, we need to ask Narendra Modi. When laborers are suffering, we need to definitely ask a question to Narendra Modi.
Muralidharan, I want to place my next point on record.
We would ask him tough
I want to place my next point on record with a submission here on my program that there is a nationwide outrage against Nishant Verma's language today, Rami, and there is a nationwide demand that he should put out an apology for threatening to hang Sambit Patra from a fan. And he has actually made this psychotic comment in the course of my program. Rami, I cannot tell you the anger that has spread across India at his despicable conduct. I wanted to place that before I move to the next point.
Absolutely, Arnab, but this... Absolutely, Arnab. I think this seems to be the general reaction that people from Nishant's sort of lobbies seem to have every time they are opposed or every time we don't agree with what they have to say, or if they can't get their point across. When they are cornered, they start getting vicious. Neither is this any way to talk, neither is this what freedom of speech means. And this not only goes for this Mr. Nishant, but it also goes for all these liberal left-wing media, so-called self-confessed intellectuals like Mr. Ramchandra Guha. He reacted just like this when he could not, when Ramchandra Guha could not tolerate the BJP coming into power, he went to a BJP state of Goa, ate beef, and put up photographs on his social media. Now, this is exactly the kind of reaction that is expected from people like this. It is neither civil, it is neither acceptable, and neither can you debate with people like this. Having said that, we have seen this over and over again happen with Gujarat. We've seen this happen over and over again with Gujarat and Gujaratis because they cannot accept the fact that
I go back to another point right now. Nishant, you ought to feel sorry for your conduct. Professor P.K. Basu with Professor P.L. Vishweshwar Rao.
Absolutely.
My next evidence which I present before you is that these people crave for disaster in Gujarat. The Vadra Congress, from its official Twitter handle, Professor Rao, tweets, with every failure that comes to light in Gujarat, we are reminded of the force that was the Gujarat model of development. Now, below that were COVID-19 statistics. The COVID figures in Maharashtra are terrible. The numbers in Maharashtra, where the Congress is in power, are greater than there ever were in China. Mumbai is a walking, talking disaster, worse than any metropolis in the world today. This is perverse pleasure. My question is, who takes this perverse pleasure, Professor Rao? Would you say Maharashtra model of development? or the Vadra family model of development and the COVID-19 figures in Maharashtra. This is a perversity. And it's in the same line that Akhilesh Yadav, ahead of the UP elections, said, I will ask the biggest superstar. He says there is an advertisement on donkeys. I will ask the biggest superstar of this century, referring to Amitabh Bachchan, not to promote the donkeys of Gujarat. Now, which state and people of which state are targeted like this? Name one state in the country. And I am absolutely clear, they are targeted because Narendra Modi and Amit Shah are from Gujarat. And the people of this country have no right to be silent at the cruel manner in which the people of one state have been targeted. Professor Rao. Ram Guha is only the most specific instance. Professor Rao, defend yourself. Put out your defense.
Let me
put out your defense.
The whole country is talking about today Gujarat, because Gujarat, the model of development, has been a disaster. Gujarat public health system today is in absolute shambles. The issue also has been referred to Gujarat High Court, and they also said what is happening in Gujarat government hospitals. So now we realize the Gujarat model of development, which we were talking for about 10 years.
What about the Maharashtra model of development?
And if you take, any
what
other
about
kind
the Maharashtra model of development?
Any other kind of a human development indicator.
What is the Maharashtra model of development?
No one talked about
the human development indicators.
We were not marketing. We were not marketing.
In Gujarat, in fact, the human development indicators are excellent.
Only because of Gujarat's model of development.
It has.
That
is exactly right.
Because of Gujarat model of development. And later,
and that model of development continues to work. If you look at the state,
school education
of Maharashtra,
human development index, they are very low. Public health system, they are
school education far from it. In fact,
very low. So you cannot.
In fact, in Gujarat,
what is happening there? In the
education has made tremendous progress. Public health has made tremendous progress right through the time. Right through the last 15 years, all the indicators in Gujarat are actually massively improved. What are you talking about? You're inventing facts.
Don't we have right?
I think you're inventing facts.
Don't we have right to look at development models critically? What is happening in Gujarat today? Let us talk about what is happening in Gujarat today.
Yes, indeed, what is happening in Gujarat today? Gujarat is prosperous. You go to Gujarat and you see the prosperity of the state relative to all of the others.
Such as health and education.
If you look at the social indicators, Gujarat's social indicators are excellent.
Just because that
why don't you compare it to
why is this
state that was run remarkably well until 2 years ago? Maharashtra was run remarkably well until 2 years ago. Now that Maharashtra has a Congress-supported government, Maharashtra's Congress-supported government is collapsing.
Your agenda is to divide India on the basis of religion. Your agenda is to divide India on the basis of religion. We are talking about secularism. We are talking about plurality. We are talking about diversity.
No, 1 second.
And that is what
That's not the issue.
The historian.
No, Mr. Goswami, you have to, Mr. Goswami, the professor is trying to digress. Mr. Professor, it is not a debate about secularism. It's not a debate about Gujarat's growth model. Professor, allow me to speak, Professor. Don't shout.
What do you think about Gujarat's model of development?
Professor, the cousin brother of Ram Guha, don't shout. Allow me to speak.
You practice
don't shout. Don't shout. Don't demean Gujaratis. Don't you dare demean Gujaratis. Now, let me tell you, as far as... I'll tell you what is the agenda. Our agenda is to unify India in the best possible manner. Our agenda is to see to it that you all communists are not successful in dividing this country. And let me tell you as to why Kavita Krishnans, Nishant Vermas and Ram Guha, they feel that Gujaratis are culturally backward. They feel Gujaratis are culturally backward because Gujarat has not allowed communalism. They have not allowed Communist Party to thrive on the platform of Gujarat. That's the reason as to why these people have hatred against Gujarat. And let me tell you as to why. They say that as far as Bengal is concerned, it is economically backward. This is what communism has done to Bengal. Communism has eaten away every last bite that was left in Bengal. In fact, all this shows the sins of communism and nothing else. And let me tell you, as far as Gujarat is concerned,
What is the definition of culture?
Dolavira, the Indus Valley civilization. It all took birth in Gujarat. That is the culture of Gujarat,
Your
sir.
culture is theocratic culture?
Sir, Professor, what is Lothal? What is Dolavira?
One language?
What is Indus Valley civilization? Gujarat is the one which gave birth to the Indus Valley civilization. How dare you say that Gujarat is culturally backward? How dare you say that? Our culture took birth in Gujarat. Our culture took birth in Gujarat. And here you are demeaning Gujarat. You leftists.
Definition of narrow-minded.
You leftists have no logic left in your brains anymore. One of the panelists is a criminal. One of the panelists is a criminal, and the other one is without any logic.
Vidya Bhavan. What is happening in Gujarat hospital? That is the model of development.
All in one.
Let us talk about Mr. Goswami. Mr. Goswami, let me tell you, leave aside Gujarat. These people have demeaned India also. In order to take down Mr. Modi, in their hatred for Mr. Modi, they have spoken against India.
What happened in
They have demeaned India time and again.
That is your model of
Professor
development.
Rao, may I come in, please? Professor Rao, may I come in, please? Professor Rao, may I come in, please? My point is, and I feel today with his head down, Tanveer is unable to debate, if you notice, Sambit. He's unable to debate today because he really has no ethical or factual position. You see, any state in the country, any state in the country, and my humble submission is this, that if you were to look at any state in the country, Nishant, till you apologize, you have no moral right to participate in the debate. Till you apologize for making a statement threatening to murder Sambit Patra on the program, since you have threatened to murder Sambit Patra on the program on record, since you have said you will murder Sambit Patra on the program, as a potential murderer, you should apologize to him.
You are not a human being. And I debate with human beings. I don't debate with criminals. Criminals like you bring back. What are you clapping for? You wanted to kill me. You wanted to hang me by your fan.
So let
you wanted to hang me upside down. I mean, this is the uncultured person I'm debating with.
Congress got 81.
Mr. Nishant Verma, I don't even want to see you. We are civilized, educated people. That's the reason as to why I'm not using any uncouth words. But let me tell you, you are a criminal. You are a criminal. We do not need to see you in the television channels.
Thank you. Back on the screen, please. Thank you with the others. I'd like to ask Tanveer today. Tanveer, there are positive and negative figures about every state. My next point, please. Every state. Karnataka, Maharashtra, Assam, Bengal, Jammu Kashmir, right? There are positives and negatives on every state. There are suicides in every state, unfortunately. There are murders in every state. There are rapes in every state. There is hunger in every state in different ways. There's poverty in every state. No state in India can say it is insulated from the above. One day we will all be. But if I were to pick out negative points from any state and express unfettered joy, you get what I mean, Sambit? I take a negative statistic. I can take it about Singapore, where Professor Basu is. He's from Manila today. I can say Manila has some negative things going on in Manila, right? And if I were to, Professor Basu, take those statistics and express unfettered joy at the negatives of what's going on in Manila, then I am nothing but a sadist. But not just this. What did your eventual leader Rahul Gandhi say? He said, why do all thieves have the surnames of Modi? Unfettered hatred and unfettered joy. Unfettered joy over suicides and hunger. Unfettered hatred towards an individual, Narendra Modi. You know, these have the long-term and medium-term potential of turning normal people into psychotics. And what do psychotics do? They display the psychosomatic characteristics that Nishant is showing on the program today. Nishant, an exhibit of such behavior. So Tanveer,
you called Malayali shameless. Narendra Modi, Arnab. You called Malayali shameless.
I called you a psychotic. I called you a psychotic, and you threatened to murder Sambit Patra. That's the fact. Now Tanveer, please continue. Tanveer, please continue. Tanveer, please continue.
Arnab, firstly, Gujarat is not Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi is not Gujarat. Gujarat is a great place. I've been to Gujarat and I love Gujaratis. They're very strong businessmen and
No,
they
again you are
absolutely
repeating the
lovely
same point.
people.
Explain
But
the
here,
hatred and the
just because
unfettered
Ramchandra
joy
Guha has
at any negative points from the
tweeted
state.
something.
No, you're not addressing the issue. Are you finding it difficult?
No, Arnab, let us not really say
Was that a
that
difficult
he was
question?
referring to Narendra Modi.
Well, then I can simplify
don't
it for
really
you.
buy what Ramchandra
Should I
Guha has
simplify
said,
the
but
question
second
for you?
thing, Arnab, very importantly,
You want a simpler question?
I really condemn what Nishant Verma has said about Sambit Patra.
There he is on the screen.
What Nishant Verma said
that
about
Nishant,
Sambit
in the
Patra, I
middle.
don't think any sensible person on the channel would really appreciate that. I think Nishant
He's
needs to
threatened to
apologize,
murder a
but
co-panelist.
equating Gujarat to Narendra Modi is really uncalled for. For me, Gujarat, the greatest Gujarati ever is Mr. Mahatma Gandhi, not Narendra Modi, sir.
It's not a question about individuals over here, Mr. Tanveer. Mr. Tanveer, I really respect what you have said, but let me tell you, it's not a debate on individuals. What Mr. Ram Guha said was, Gujaratis were culturally backward. They did not see the light of culture, which is absolutely wrong. And I believe educated, intelligent people like you should right away denounce what Mr. Guha said. Right away denounce. As far as Gujarat's important personalities is concerned, of course, Mahatma Gandhi remains as the most towering personality of Gujarat. As is Mr. Narendra Modi, Amit Shah and others, they have also their contribution towards Gujarat. But that is not the issue. Gujarat is about the collective asmita of Gujaratis. It is Gujarati asmita which has been attacked today. And let me tell you, Gujaratis have been the most decent people in this whole country. They will show Ram Guha the way in the most decent manner, unlike Mr. Nishant Verma, who is a criminal. Unlike Mr. Nishant Verma, who is a criminal, who want to murder and kill. We all are tolerant people who would show Ram Guha light of democracy and tolerance.
If it is possible, if it is possible at your leisure and convenience, please get yourself properly checked. I thank you very much, Nishant. Thank you. It was the most disgraceful behavior, even by your standards. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for debate number 1. See you in a few minutes on debate number 2. In a few minutes, and only a few minutes. Please come back.